Katt Williams, known for his bold commentary, recently made a statement that's creating waves. The 52-year-old comedian shared some provocative thoughts following comments from Michael Jackson's friends and family about the singer's passing. Many are wondering, what did Katt say, and why should other black artists pay attention? Katt asserted that Michael Jackson knew his fate was sealed, allegedly hinted through his final tour title, "This Is It." In a circulating video, Katt suggested that Jackson's death wasn't an accident but a calculated act by certain figures in the entertainment industry. Though it's widely believed Jackson overdosed, Katt claims it was a setup, implying Michael sensed something sinister was coming. According to Katt, Jackson hinted at this with the name "This Is It," signaling he knew his life was nearing its end. True to his prediction, Jackson passed away the same year as his final tour announcement. Observing his demeanor, Katt speculated that Jackson seemed weary, as if worn down by industry forces beyond his control. Fans have reacted strongly, with many agreeing that Jackson was targeted due to his influence. One commenter called Katt a prophetic comedian, while others remembered Jackson's struggles. Another fan pointed out how the industry tried to silence outspoken individuals like Katt Williams himself. Jackson was found unresponsive by his doctor, Conrad Murray, at his home. Murray attempted to revive him but was unsuccessful. When paramedics arrived, Jackson was transported to the hospital, where his death was confirmed. Reports showed he overdosed on sedatives, with Murray under scrutiny for administering them and failing to disclose this to emergency personnel, which raised suspicions and led to further inquiry. Murray faced trial for manslaughter, with prosecutors blaming his actions for Jackson's death. Ultimately, he received a 4-year sentence, though Jackson's family and fans felt it was too lenient. The case sparked numerous conspiracy theories, with some suggesting Jackson's death was orchestrated and that Murray was complicit. Among those voicing suspicion was LaToya Jackson, Michael's sister, who maintained that powerful figures didn't want Michael to thrive. She repeatedly sought justice, calling on potential witnesses to step forward and reveal the truth. In her view, the doctor played a small role in a larger scheme motivated by money and power. While many fans agreed, believing Murray had some part in the act, others suggested he was simply scapegoated. They noted that Jackson struggled with medication dependency for years, mentioning an attempted family intervention in 2007 that was rebuffed at his estate gates. Medications found in his residence after his passing underscored the depth of his dependency, highlighting a complicated narrative that continues to intrigue and divide the public. Fans believed Dr. Conrad Murray was simply a victim of unfortunate circumstances, deserving only a minimal consequence. However, Paris Jackson, daughter of Michael Jackson, strongly disagreed. In an interview with Rolling Stone, she stated her belief that her father was assassinated by individuals seeking his wealth and legacy, claiming that the evidence aligns and that true fans understand this intuitively. Paris described it as a conspiracy that real fans and her family know was a setup, though she didn't solely blame Dr. Murray. Instead, she viewed it as a larger scheme involving multiple stakeholders in her father's estate. Paris hinted that her understanding went deeper than what she shared publicly. She felt that exposing too much could complicate things, acknowledging that powerful figures involved would prefer to operate behind the scenes rather than risk exposure. She hoped to seek justice in her father's memory, possibly when she gained more power and resources. Meanwhile, Janet Jackson, Michael's younger sister, had a different approach. Disturbed by the media frenzy surrounding his death, she disconnected from it entirely, finding peace in memories of their last moments together. Janet preferred to honor her brother in private, recalling their last family gathering just before she began filming in Atlanta. She expressed pride in Paris, then 11, for publicly speaking about her father with love at his memorial. Afterward, Janet coped with her grief by immersing herself in work, including albums, films, and concerts, holding close her memories of Michael. However, not all in the family shared Janet's calm approach. Kanye West also publicly speculated on foul play in Michael's death, implicating former Sony executive Tommy Mottola. Kanye, in a cryptic tweet, alluded to knowledge Michael allegedly shared about Mottola's potential role, although some dismissed his words as rants. Nonetheless, fans of Kanye and MJ viewed his statements as credible due to his position within the music industry. Michael himself had previously spoken against Mottola in 2002, accusing Sony of exploiting black artists and labeling Mottola as devilish. He presented these claims publicly, citing Sony's refusal to promote his Invincible album and to release a charity song he recorded post 9/11. He argued that black artists often endure exploitation, forced to tour constantly to sustain their livelihoods, pointing to artists like James Brown and Sammy Davis Jr. as examples. While Reverend Al Sharpton supported Michael's fight for fair treatment, he defended Mottola, who he believed had consistently supported black artists. This complex tangle of grievances, conspiracy theories, and family loyalty highlights the many unresolved feelings surrounding Michael Jackson's life and legacy, even years after his passing. Some critics viewed Michael Jackson's comments as controversial. Michael's decision to target Tommy personally surprised many, but no one could sway him. Sony responded to Michael's statements by calling them unfounded and offensive, defending their CEO. Sony described Tony Mottola as a respected employee who was dedicated to supporting Michael and other artists. They alleged that Michael was using his fame to damage Mottola's reputation unjustly. The label also dismissed Michael's claims as unusual and suggested that his frustrations might not actually be with the marketing or distribution of his album Invincible, but with other factors. Al Sharpton later shared that he received numerous calls from industry insiders and artists disappointed with Michael's public criticisms. Yet, many fans rallied behind Michael, insisting he knew what he was talking about but wasn't used to voicing his issues in the media. They believed that if nothing were wrong with his treatment at Sony, Michael wouldn't make such statements. Fans felt that Michael's soft-spoken nature meant something significant had triggered his outbursts, and they suspected some producers disagreed with him because they were part of the problems he was calling out. Some fans also speculated that forces within the industry tried to undermine Michael subtly, without leaving any clear trail. Others extended their suspicions further, blaming the Illuminati for allegedly conspiring against Michael. They argued that his outspoken criticism of Sony and Mottola threatened powerful interests and that, if he could speak up on behalf of struggling artists, he might have exposed more of the music industry's inner workings. Some even suggested that Michael's death was carefully orchestrated to prevent him from disrupting the industry. More extreme theories proposed that Michael had actually passed 2 years earlier, in 2007, and was replaced by a body double for his This Is It concert announcement. They noted supposed differences in his appearance, like height and hand shape, and his brief appearance at the O2 Arena. Other theories claimed he was still alive, possibly hiding in Mexico. Allegedly, a man reported seeing Michael enter Mexico on the day of his death, though no solid evidence has emerged to support this claim. Perhaps the most bizarre theory connected Michael's death to former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. This theory suggested that Ahmadinejad orchestrated Michael's death to divert attention from the unrest and protests in Iran at the time, which were calling for his removal from office. Another theory suggested Michael faked his death to escape financial debt, imagining him living peacefully on an island, far from media scrutiny. However, the Los Angeles coroner's office confirmed that the body in Michael's casket was indeed his, despite lingering conspiracy theories among fans. Fans expressed sadness over what Michael endured, with one commenter remarking on the heartbreak of watching his struggles. Others felt he fought against the harsh realities of the music industry so fiercely that it consumed him. Fans also shared that, despite his passing, Michael's memory lives on, immortalized in the hearts of those who loved him. As one fan put it, Michael will live on forever through all the people who loved him.